of Artificial Intelligence and Emerging Technologies. This conference brings together some of the finest minds, researchers, academicians, industry professionals, and technology enthusiasts to explore groundbreaking advancements in the field. Before we begin, let us take a moment to invoke blessings for the successful and enriching event. I now invite Ms. Rasha Febin to lead us in a prayer. Please, Rasha.
Bless the Lord of my soul, oh my soul, I worship His holy name. Sing like never before, oh my soul, I worship Your holy name. The sun comes up, it's a new day dawning. It's time to sing Your song again. Whatever may pass and whatever lies before me, let me be singing when the evening comes. Bless the Lord of my soul, oh my soul, I worship His holy name. Sing like never before, oh my soul, I worship Your holy name.
Thank you, Rasha. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it. Good morning. It is my honor and my privilege to welcome each and every one of you who have gathered here, who have taken your time and your effort to come and join us so that you could make this day exceptionally memorable for all of us. It is with great joy and gladness that I welcome every single one of you to the International Conference on Artificial Intelligence and Emerging Technologies, ICAET 2025, conducted by the Department of Computer Science. ICAET 2025 aims to bring together researchers, academicians, industry professionals, and technology enthusiasts from around the globe to explore advancements and innovations in AI and emerging technologies. ICAET 2025 will feature keynote speeches from distinguished researchers, panel discussions on industry trends, technical paper presentations, and hands-on workshops, providing attendees with valuable insights and networking opportunities. The event will focus on cutting-edge research, real-world applications, and ethical considerations in AI-driven solutions by experts. We have our guest of honor and our dignitaries joining us here today. And so it is my pleasure to welcome our guest of honor, Mr. Anup Ambika. We are so glad to have you with us, sir. Mr. Anup P. Ambika is a seasoned entrepreneur and technology enthusiast, currently serving as the Chief Executive Officer of the Kerala Startup Mission, KSAM. We sincerely appreciate you, sir, for the time you have set aside so that you could come and join us for this conference. Following which, I take this moment to extend my heartfelt greetings to the dignitaries who are gathered here with us. To start with, I sincerely want to welcome our Director, Reverend Father Dr. Matthew Vattadara, CMI. We welcome you, Father. Our Associate Director, Reverend Father Ajish Puduseri, CMI. We welcome you, Father. Our Principal, Dr. Lali Matthew. We welcome you, ma'am. Our Head of Department, Mr. Sijo Jacob. We welcome you, sir. IQAC Coordinator, Mr. Joby Jacob. We welcome you, sir. Research Committee Head, Dr. Ajosh George. We welcome you, sir. I express my joy in welcoming the professors, the researchers, guests, and students, along with our faculty members who have gathered here among us. You are the core of this conference. It is your willing heart of participation that has made this conference possible. Now, there are a group of people without whom this conference would have only remained as an idea in our heads. It is truly my privilege to welcome and specially thank the organizing team, the volunteers, and the non-teaching staff whose hard work and commitment has made this conference possible. Once again, I welcome each and every one of you to this special event. Hope you have an insightful session that brings clarity regarding artificial intelligence and emerging technologies hereafter. Thank you, and I wish you a great day ahead.
Thank you, Joshua, for the warm welcome. We are honored to have with us Reverend Father Dr. Matthew Bhattadra, CMI, Director, who has been instrumental in fostering academic excellence and innovation. I kindly welcome Father to share your thoughts. Father, please.
A very good morning to all of you. The chief guest of the day, the keynote speaker, Mr. Anup Ambiya, Father Ajish, the associate director, Dr. Lally Matthew, our principal, Sijo Sir, HOD, Department of Computer Science, Joby Jacob Sir, Head IQAC, other faculty members, participants, and my dear students. I am very glad that our Department of Computer Science is organizing an international seminar on artificial intelligence and emerging technologies. This seminar, I think, is a premier academic and research event dedicated to cutting-edge advancements in artificial intelligence, machine learning, cybersecurity, IoT, blockchain, and other emerging technologies. So we gather here to explore the new challenges and innovations that are taking place in this field of emerging technologies. And this seminar provides a platform for academicians, researchers, and industry professionals to come together to share their knowledge and to participate in this collaborative solutions in this field of technology. Now, I'm really happy to welcome our keynote speaker. I'm happy that he is present here to share his expertise. Dear sir, your presence is a testament, or it proves the significance of this seminar and the importance of collaborative research. Now, I understand there will be, so not many, various participants are not here at present. They'll be joining later. To the participants, your participation is very crucial in the success of this seminar. I want to encourage you to get engaged in meaningful discussions and to exchange your knowledge and share your experiences. Now, this seminar is a culmination of the dedication of our faculty members and students of computer department. I take this opportunity to express my gratitude to them in making this seminar a reality. Our Department of Computer is always committed to fostering a culture of research and collaboration. So I believe the discussions and the explorations that take place in these days will certainly make a key impact on in this emerging field of technologies. So wishing you a fruitful and enriching experience these days. So I conclude. Thank you.
Thank you, Father, for your inspiring words. And now we are privileged to welcome our guest of honor, a visionary leader in the technology and startup ecosystem, Mr. Anup Ambika, CEO of Kerala Startup Mission. Mr. Anup P. Ambika is a serial entrepreneur, technology enthusiast, and the CEO of Kerala Startup Mission. He co-founded multiple tech startups and has worked with global firms like GE, NEC, Lucent, and Nortel in the managerial roles. Mr. Anu played a key role in the GE's ISO and Six Sigma initiatives in the late 90s. He holds a computer science and engineering degree from the TKM College of Engineering and pursued management studies at FW Alling Graduate School of Business. He also holds a postgraduate degree in computational biology and bioinformatics from the University of Kerala. With over 29 years of experience in the technology sector, he has been instrumental in fostering innovation and supporting startups in Kerala. Mr. Anu has been a pivotal in enhancing Kerala's startup ecosystem to the best performer status in the country. We look forward to your insights, sir. Kindly enlighten us with your inaugural address.
Good morning, everyone. So there are a few things that I notice when I sit on a stage. One is whether green protocol has been followed. And Nino was telling me that it's a green campus that you have. Congratulations on that. The second thing is the gender equity. Do we have enough women on the stage? I think there is a representation, but I think we could use more. There is no space for more women to sit on the stage. But I think it's partially done. That again, congratulations for that. It's a, very difficult to achieve these tasks. We often conduct a lot of programs and to manage to have at least one woman on the stage for all the programs is a tough task. The point that I'm trying to make is we need more women leaders and more women in tech to come forward and become entrepreneurs and become scientists. I'll start with that, respected Reverend Father Dr. Matthew Vatakara, Dr. Lally Matthew, Dr. Lindsay Enel, Mr. Joshua Matthew, Rasha Febin, who did the prayers, all the dignitaries on and off the dais, and my dear students and researchers. I was just reading an article on the print which said that the headlines went something like this. While LDF is thinking about what to do with AI, UDF conducts a training program for AI. This was the article. It was very interesting for me because I personally believe that a lot of changes happen with politics. No matter how much ever we like or hate politics and politicians, they are the policymakers. So the fact that AI is being discussed by the top brass of the politicians actually brings up the importance of how AI is going to transform the world, or the emerging technologies are going to transform the world. So it is very timely that Rajagiri College has organized such a event, bringing together the brightest of the minds and papers. I am told that there are 80 curated papers that will be presented as part of this conference. I think I'll talk to you probably in a more informal capacity in the next 30 minutes or so after the formal ceremony. But I would like to congratulate each and every faculty and student members who was instrumental in putting together this this conference. And I would like to take this opportunity to formally inaugurate this conference in AI and emerging technologies. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Mr. Anu Ambika, for your thought-provoking insights and for setting the tone for today's discussions. To express our gratitude and appreciation, we now invite our esteemed principal, Dr. Lali Matthew, to felicitate our guest of honor and share a few words. Ma'am, please.
Thank you. Good morning, all. I understand that the formal vote of thanks will follow my few words of felicitation. Respected Director of Rajagiri College of Management and Applied Sciences, Reverend Dr. Matthew Vattatra, CMI, Associate Director, Father Ajish Puducherry, CMI, Head of the Department of Computer Science, Mr. Sijo Jacob, IQAC Coordinator, Mr. Joby Jacob, the conference coordinators, Dr. Nino Kuriakos, Dr. Lindsay NL, the faculty of computer science, the student coordinators, Ms. Madonna and Ms. Ria. We have ample women participation in the leadership for your information. Delegates from other colleges, faculty from other departments, and my dear enthusiastic future AI aspirants. Good morning to one and all. At the outset itself, let me congratulate, along with our chief guest of the day, Mr. Anup Ampika, the CEO of Kerala Startup Mission, on the Department of Computer Sciences Innovative Conference on Artificial Intelligence and Emerging Technologies. We always say that well begun is half done. At the outset itself, we started with a pre-conference workshop, which had around 100 participants from different colleges in and around the city and also from other districts, which was a huge success. And following that, we have a 3-day conference and workshop on an international conference, because we have papers coming from countries like Iran on artificial intelligence. So that is why I said it is well begun. So almost half the successful work is complete. And I'm sure that the 3 days will complete the success of this international conference. There is a sentence or a statement attributed to Stephen Hawking that intelligence is the ability to adapt to changes, whether it be artificial intelligence or human intelligence. Today, we are all talking about the threat that artificial intelligence is giving, whether the artificial intelligence, human jobs, etc. I think that it is not humans being displaced by artificial intelligence. It is humans who use artificial intelligence will displace humans who do not use artificial intelligence in future. That is the way this trend has spread like a communicable disease everywhere. So the very reality of the situation is that AI or artificial generative intelligence is here and now. It is impacting every corner of the world. It is impacting every aspect of our life. So the question is whether you want to be one step ahead in the trend or to receive the trend and to use the trend. It is not displacing humans, rather it is humanizing digital experience. So when we talk about artificial intelligence, everywhere we find that everyone, many people, lay people like me and others will think of it as a threat or a terror. But when we consider it as a tool for the benefit of mankind, for our own benefit, for making things easier for us, for getting more time to do other things, other creative things, it becomes a tool and it becomes a boon. But the fact is that, again, that it cannot be switched on, just turn on. We think of artificial intelligence as something which is as easy as switching a fan on. It needs a lot of expertise, time, data, and leadership. So I'm sure that the 3-day conference and workshop will aim to foster deliberations to alleviate all the myths surrounding artificial intelligence and also to create leaders to make innovations in the emerging technological world. I congratulate the Department of Computer Science on the choice of their topic and hope that these kinds of conferences and deliberations continue to take leadership in the educational and research field. Thank you, the Department of Computer Science, for initiating such a grand seminar and wish everyone success. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, I invite Reverend Father Dr. Matthew Vatadara CMI and all other dignitaries to join him to hand over a token of appreciation to our guest of honor. As we conclude this inaugural session, it is time to express our heartfelt gratitude to all dignitaries, speakers, and participants who have graced this occasion. For the vote of thanks, I now invite Dr. Lindsay ML, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science. Please, ma'am.
Thank you, Purnima. Good morning to everyone. On behalf of Rajagiri College of Management and Applied Sciences, I take this opportunity to express my heartfelt gratitude to all who have contributed to make this event a success. To our esteemed chief guest, Mr. Anu Bambika sir, thank you, sir, for gifting us with your valuable time and effort today. Your presence and words of wisdom have been both enlightening and inspiring. We are waiting to hear more from you, sir. To the distinguished dignitaries on the dais, our respected Director, Reverend Father Dr. Matthew Vatadara CMI, our Associate Director, Reverend Father Ajish Puducherry CMI, and our dear Principal, Dr. Lally Matthew, we deeply appreciate your guidance and unwavering support. Your leadership continues to inspire us. A special thanks to our Ms. Sijo Jacob, Head of the Department of the Computer Science, and Mr. Joby Jacob, IQAC Coordinator, for their encouragement and supporting in making this event possible. I would also like to extend my gratitude to Dr. Ajosh George, our research head, for his invaluable leadership in this gathering. A heartfelt thanks to all our teachers and colleagues in the Computer Science Department for their dedication and hard work in the organizing this event. A special mention to our non-teaching staff for the continuous support behind the scenes. Finally, an enormous thanks to all our volunteers and students whose efforts and enthusiasm have been instrumental in the smooth execution of this event. Your teamwork and dedication have truly made a difference. Once again, thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am, for your kind words of appreciation. Before we move to our next session, we are honored to have a special session by none other than Mr. Anub Ambika. We invite him once again to enlighten us with his expertise. Sir, please.
I can use this, right? We'll just take a minute for everybody to settle. Are we good to go? We can start. All right, I want this to be more of an interactive session. I want you to talk. Do not be shy. Be honest about your opinions about how AI is going to transform the world. So I'm going to start with a few questions. I need a volunteer or two to walk around the audience and yeah, good, thank you. So we talked about AI and emerging technologies, right? So AI, everybody is aware of. How many of you are familiar with AI and machine learning? എത്ര പേര്? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's it. Okay, then we need to start with, because I thought that this is an AI conference, people are going to present papers in AI, so you should already know about AI. You should know about AI. So let me ask him, what is your understanding about AI and machine learning in general? Yes. We'll get you a mic. And don't be shy. We will, there is no right or wrong here because nobody knows about AI. It has only been around for it has been around since 1960s. The artificial intelligence or the neural networks has been around since 1960s. Something changed, which actually made it accessible to the common man. When we'll talk about what it is. What is your understanding about AI?
It's a code which learns based on a large amount of data we feed it.
So on one side, there is a data set. Let's just assume that there's large amounts of data. Can somebody give me an example of a data set? Huh? Wikipedia is one data set wherein a large amount of information about multiple things of the world and people are recorded, right? Any other data sets that you can think about? So WhatsApp, right? Every day, each day, we actually, text each other. So all that data is stored somewhere, right? And it is currently owned by Mark Zuckerberg, right? So that is one, and Instagram is the same, and the Facebook is the same. So there is a lot of data that is being generated by the users, which is stored somewhere, controlled by probably a company, a corporation, government, etc. So what happens? So I'm texting my wife that, you know what, it's been a while since we have taken a vacation. What do you think? Let's go to Dubai or Switzerland or something like that. What usually follows on your Facebook or Instagram? Huh? So suddenly you will see on your Facebook, affordable vacations in Dubai or, Marina Bay or, whatever that is. How does that happen? I talked to a person on the train. This is a famous joke. A total stranger. I talked to a person on the train, have a conversation for half an hour, get out, go home, and suddenly you will see that person and people you may know. How does that happen? Have you thought about it? Huh? You both cannot answer all the questions. We need to have more people participating in the discussion. How does that happen? So I'm talking to somebody. Let's say I'm talking to Ninu ma'am here. And, suddenly when I go back, get on my car, there is people you may know. Ninu is showing up. How does that happen? Location is one, of course. So Facebook knows that me and Ninu is in the same room attending some conference or something like that. What else is there? How does that Dubai information get translated? I'm just sending a message to my wife saying that let's go for a vacation in Dubai. And suddenly there's a vacations in Dubai coming up on my Facebook. How does that happen? Even scarier is that I'll be talking to her in my bedroom saying that, oh, you know what? Let's go for a vacation. It's been a while. What about Dubai? And suddenly this thing will show up. How does that happen? Just think about it. Okay, back to you guys, the smart ones. Every action, including our voice, is being recorded by someone. Okay, that is the biggest. As I speak, whether my phone is switched on or off, I'm told that it is continuously listening to what I'm talking about. So, okay, so I've got gigabytes of data that is coming from conversations all across the world. Let's assume that we are all talking here, right? And you all have your phones. How do you extract this information out of that data? It's casual chat that we are doing, right? How do you extract that? What keywords? So okay, let's take this as a case study. I'm talking to my wife about Dubai. Now, Dubai needs to get translated into showing up an advertisement on my Facebook that vacations in Dubai. How would that happen in a normal, how many of you are computer science engineers or learning computer science engineers? All of you are learning computer science. Okay. How would this happen? Tell me. Okay, now I'm going to pick out people and ask questions because otherwise nobody is going to answer. You'll talk to each other, but not talk to me. Now, come, let's ask her, the one on the left with the specs. What possibly could happen in such a scenario?
They have your location, so when you say
Hmm.
Dubai,
Hmm.
they kind of can guess that you probably want to go there, so travel.
Okay,
And then-
you're right, you're close. But let me go take you through that scenario. I am talking to my wife. The conversation is getting recorded and stored, right? And what would happen to that conversation? So that conversation is voice, right? What happens to that then? What would happen? If you need to understand that Dubai is a place, how would you do that? Can you do it out of the voice? Because I can say Dubai, 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 you know. How would you know that it's a place? Any ideas?
Prior data?
You will translate it into text, right? Your voice, conversation will be converted into a transcript or a text, right? You will see that while you do the Google Meet. If you set the transcript on, then as we speak, you will see text getting generated on the side. Not always really correct, but text will be generated. Now, once the text is generated, then you need to identify what? Dubai as a country or a place, right? And vacation as a, in English, what would be vacation if you have learned grammar?
Trip.
Noun, pronoun, verb, adjective. Vacation is a noun, right? Vacation is a noun. So imagine you have a sentence, and out of that sentence, you will extract, let's say, all the nouns, all the pronouns, all the verbs, all the adjectives. And I might be able to say that I am talking to my wife about an expensive vacation in Dubai. Vacation is a noun, Dubai is a noun. Then you will find that Dubai is a place and vacation is associated to a trip, right? So that processing of language is called, what is that? Natural language processing. So basically you're talking to each other in natural language, be it English, be it Malayalam, be it, any language. You're converting that language into a text, and then that language is processed to extract the entities, we call it. We called it named entity recognition. And out of which I will be able to associate these entities that has been extracted and do actions, right? When I talk to my iPhone and say that, Siri, please schedule a meeting at Rajagiri College tomorrow morning at 9:30, right? What happens? It immediately does this natural language processing, extract the entities, goes to my calendar, add a small reminder that, or in my calendar, there will be an event which states that this happens. So this is how language processing happens. It's in the, what do you call, the layman term. It is much more complex than what it is. So this language processing happened, and what is the latest application on language processing? Latest thing that you have all used. Yeah. Yes, ChatGPT, right? That is something that everybody has used. Anybody who has not used ChatGPT? Assignments you have to write. Leave letters you have to write. So in my office, people now create proposals using ChatGPT. It actually comes out very well. In fact, right before coming here, I just gave a prompt asking how is AI going to transform the world? And believe me, I would have to do like at least 2 weeks of reading to get that information from DeepSeek, right? So there is a lot of, I went to ChatGPT. Somebody asked me to conduct an educational conclave. I said, I want to conduct an educational conclave. Give me all the subjects that I should address. It gave me a fairly good, program agenda. So that is language. Now you know how AI is slowly creeping into your world, right? Without you even knowing about it, it is slowly creeping into your world and changing the way you're doing things, changing the way you're doing vacations, changing the way you're finding friends, changing the way you are actually creating content, changing the way you're getting entertained through Spotify or YouTube music. There is a recommendation engine that is happening on the side. So now I want you to tell me one area. These are all computer science people, right? All computer science. So tell me one area that is going to get disrupted due to AI. Because of the influx of AI, what is going to change in your life? And then we will talk about it more. Anything that you can think about?
Innovation.
How would innovation get transformed using AI? What is your thought?
All the people I'll be going to AI only.
Hmm.
No thinking humanly brain. Think only a computer.
I differ. I beg to differ on that topic. So let's have a small discussion about that. There are many times when I wanted to create a cartoon or a troll or a picture, right? Which means my brain is thinking. I have an idea which can be converted into a troll or a cartoon. But I was never able to do it without the help of a designer or an artist. Now I can go to Canva and give a prompt and it might actually generate a poster for me. So the brain is still thinking. What Dr. Lali said is the human is still thinking, but AI is assisting the human to do tasks which was not, thinkable for me before, because I would never think about designing a poster. I have no creative Adobe Photoshop skills whatsoever. I will not be able to create a poster. But now, if I know what kind of poster I want to generate, I can go and create the poster. So the point that I'm trying to make is that innovation will not stop. People will still keep on thinking, but that thought can be transpired into something tangible, which people can see with the help of the AI is what my thought is. But I'm willing to listen to what you have.
My thought is, full. You say that I have a thing of a drawing, something like that.
Right.
Only thinking, we go and go to Canvas and do it. Only I saying that we can be learn how to do that. I do not know a motion design, but I can learn that and I can create that. With the AI, if 2 seconds, that is easy for us, but we do not learn how to make it.
Do I need to? That is the question.
We can be used.
Because at the end of the day, the output is to create that product or a poster or a movie or a reel, right? Or a design.
Suddenly the AI will stop. I assume that suddenly.
Okay, now let's hold that thought for a moment.
Suddenly.
Hold that thought for a moment.
Okay.
What kind of machine learnings are you available about? Aware of? Because you said AI will stop thinking, right?
No, AI not stop thinking. Government can be stopped, which.
Okay, that is all big, something above our paycheck. Government will say no use of AI from tomorrow.
It suddenly can be do.
It can be done. Yeah, no chat GPT from tomorrow. Yeah.
Tomorrow, though not ever.
Yeah. It can be done. It is, because China never allowed Google to get in or Amazon to get in. They had their own things, which is why, in my own belief, they innovated.
I also believe that the 5 years later can be stopped the AI. Government can be stopped the AI.
So now I want to come to another point. So there is a company called ASML. I don't know if anybody, electronics, nobody will be here. ASML, have you heard about? No. So ASML is a company which uses what is called photolithography. Lithography and you use light to draw the circuits, which means that the small chips, the circuits will be embedded using light. ASML is a Dutch company, probably one of the most richest company in the world. They are very integral to creating chips. Okay. So the advanced ASML chips will never be given to China because people are worried that they will steal the technology, they will back engineer like anything else, and they will get the technology. So China was not able to actually do something similar to ChatGPT. But then what happened?
DeepSeek.
So they came up with DeepSeek, wherein the computing power was not as much as what ChatGPT would think it would be. So sometimes necessity becomes the mother of invention. If government says that we will stop GPT, I think innovators will find a way to create their own GPT within the ecosystem, because humans will still keep thinking and innovating. So again, it's a discussion that we can have for a very long time, but thank you for that thought. Innovation is one area you said will be transformed using it. Anything else that can be transformed using AI? I want you to think, because, yes, because otherwise I will be coming here, making some presentation and then leaving, and there will be absolutely no effect on you guys.
So I was having this discussion along with my friend, and he was using this analogy to say, you have two hands, right? So if you use AI, it's not going to limit your creativity. I'm complimenting what you're saying. It's going to enhance your creativity. It just gives you an output based on the input that you give it.
Right.
So it's like having a pair of 10 hands instead of just 2 hands if you use AI along with what you're doing, and 2 brains also. So this is the analogy that he was using, because I see him use ChatGPT. He's a prompt engineer, and he gives really long prompts. And one of them I've tried it myself for the exams, and I must say it is really quite something.
My question, even though you answered it in an indirect fashion, was what will get transformed in your life using AI?
I would say whatever you apply it to.
Whatever but you said one answer, which is education, right? The way you learn.
Education is the place that I got transformed.
Exactly. So basically, that was my question.
Yeah.
Where is AI going to touch you? The way I learn things will be touched using AI, right?
Yeah.
That
is personally what is there for me.
Right.
But other than that, for everyone, I guess it will be a unique purpose.
Not
kind of
a mix of all these things. But we now heard about innovation. We heard about education. And then what else? Anything else that you can think about?
I believe that entry-level jobs will be affected due to AI.
No. In your life, how AI is going to make an impact? That is the question. Don't worry about what will happen to the world and all that stuff. Let's for the moment assume. He said innovation is going to get disrupted. He said the way he learned things is going to be slightly different when AI comes into the play. Anything else?
Sir, the healthcare.
I will let him finish. Is there anything that you want to say?
I believe our lives will be a bit more easier as AI automates.
How?
Can automate a routine on a daily
Okay.
basis.
So automating routine tasks. Okay.
The healthcare industry.
The healthcare could get
Diagnosis
transformed.
can be made
Yeah.
more.
Now, I want you to pick your brain a little bit more.
Yes,
How will the healthcare industry get transformed?
by using predictive analysis, like real-time data collection and real-time patient monitoring systems.
So as we speak, I will elaborate on your use case also and yours also. Innovation, I have a different perspective, so I'll leave it at that. See, as we speak, we are seeing a lot of AI apps which will predict a lot of things, right? So combine that with the wearable devices that you have. So like every diabetic patient is now have an idea about what is a CGM. How many of you have heard about CGM? 1, 2, 3. Okay. What is CGM? So it's a continuous glucose monitor, right? So it keeps on checking the glucose levels in your blood so that you can keep it under control and do not affect your internal organs. So there is a lot of data that is coming from the CGM. And based on that CGM level variations, you can actually predict a lot of other conditions that might follow, right? You might have a rash on your skin. You could take a photograph of that rash, and with almost 99% accuracy, you can predict what condition that rash is. Is it cancerous? Is it only dermatitis? Is it psoriasis? So multiple skin conditions can be predicted using this. You can actually walk into a kiosk and just remove your clothes and identify whether you have got a lump on your breast. There is a company which does that. So breast cancer detection, which is very important because the earlier you detect the breast cancer, the better chances you have for the survival. So that is getting, implemented. These are solutions that are getting implemented right now. But the scariest part for the doctors is going to be, what does doctors do?
So actually, I think that automation will be more of an aid for the doctors. Like,
What does doctors do usually? When you go to a physician, what does he or she do?
Even though like what we have teachers for, even though we can get the answers from chatbots, we don't know that.
No. I'm not talking, forget about chatbots.
Yes.
What does doctors do
Doctors
now, today?
do the diagnosis.
How?
Diagnosis.
How?
By the knowledge which they have with
What happens in a physician's room?
they have a proper conversation. And they,
Exactly,
yes,
right?
yes.
So I go there, he asks, okay, do you have headache? Are you feeling tired? Are you dizzy? Did you eat anything unusual in the last few days? Blah, blah, blah. Are you having pain here, pain here? And then they put the steth and do something, which I never understand, but they get some information, right? All this information collection and an early diagnosis can be done by AI much better than the doctor. Because what does the doctor do? Doctor takes these inputs associated with the knowledge that he has and creates an output. And doctor gets tired at the end of the day. But the machines never get tired, right? They can do it with much more accuracy than what a doctor will. So the early diagnosis is going to be completely replaced by AI as we move forward. So healthcare is one area that is going to be absolutely disrupted in the days to come. And I will add one more thing to that. So currently there are a lot of diseases for which there are no cure, right? Cancer is something that people believe has no cure, right? Parkinson's disease, dementia, Alzheimer's. There is a lot of diseases that people believe that is going to significantly bring down your quality of life, and there is no cure. AI is going to significantly help you to accelerate the way in which cures will be created. New cures will be created, right? You will have drugs, wonder drugs that are coming, or even for that matter, how many of you have heard about CRISPR? So this is the advantage of these kind of interactions. You learn some new things, hear some new things. Anybody heard about CRISPR? No. CRISPR is called a gene editing technology. That means that how does cancers happen?
Yes, I have heard about it, but I don't know.
Cancers happen due to mutations.
Yes.
Right? Mutation. I mean, anybody who has learned biology in the early days have learned about DNAs and mutations and genes. That is correcting those mutations is what CRISPR does. You edit the gene patterns and you cure the disease. That is doable using AI, right? So healthcare is one significant place where we are going to get disrupted. Now we will come back to the daily tasks. It will automate a lot of our daily tasks. What are those tasks? Give me a few examples. For me, I said one. Please schedule a meeting in Rajagiri College of Engineering tomorrow morning, which will be automatically added to my calendar.
So that's assistance in cooking.
Now, I want to give you a good example there, okay? There was a company called Recipe Book in Kerala only, actually, a while back. So what will happen is, I will open my refrigerator. I will take a picture of my refrigerator, whatever content is there. And then suddenly, this application will give me a recipe with whatever is available inside my refrigerator. So it will automatically, to do that, what all does it take? I open the refrigerator, take a picture. What happens then?
It analyzes the ingredients available at the foods.
How does it analyze? I only have a picture.
Image recognition.
Image processing. So there is what is called computer vision, wherein it says that, oh, there is cauliflower, there is cucumber, there is tomato, and there is milk and curd, right? So I can do a proper salad or something like it. It'll come back to me with a salad recipe. So that technology is now getting integrated into the refrigerator, so that on the refrigerator, there'll be a screen and it'll automatically analyze what is there inside the refrigerator and show you recipes of what you can do. And you can just browse and say that, okay, let me do this with. So that is one, cooking recipes and helping cooking is something that could seriously get disrupted. Yes. Anything else?
Transportation also, I believe.
How would that happen? Excellent point.
I believe
And now let's give other people a shot. How would transportation get affected? What will happen to transportation in the future? We are talking about emerging technologies also. What will happen to transportation? What has happened to transportation in the past? Anything that you have seen? Okay, so autonomous vehicles, right? So you don't need a driver to have a transportation from one place to another. Anything else? You cannot have a local discussion. Need to let people know what you're thinking.
Sir, time management.
Time management is it connected to transportation or a different this thing? It's a different thing, right? We'll get to that. I think that is more connected to managing your daily routine tasks, right? Time management is something, so it can give you overlaps, it can give you conflicts, it can rearrange your calendar, it can give you suggestions about, oh, it's time to learn or do your assignment or, you know, whatever you want to do, spend some personal time and things like that. So the daily automation task routine is something that you're also talking about. But I want to talk about transportation. What will happen to transportation, or what is happening on transportation right now? What is one app that you all use for transportation?
Google Maps.
Hmm?
Google Maps.
Google Maps. What does Google Map do? Take you to some pond and put you into an accident? It has happened to me. You know, I'll tell you a funny story. I was along with my family driving to Varkala, which you are all familiar with, I'm assuming. And I went through some roads that Google Maps actually showed me, and then hit a Kayala, as we call it, a madil, right? And behind me, there were 3 other cars which came and parked. And there was an old man who was, standing there doing some agriculture. Pulli ഇങ്ങനെ കളച്ചുകൊണ്ട് നിൽക്കുകയായിരുന്നു. പുള്ളി ഇങ്ങോട്ട് വന്ന് ചോദിച്ചു, വർക്കലയ്ക്ക് പോകാനാണല്ലേ? ഇത് എല്ലാവർക്കും പറ്റുന്ന അബദ്ധമാണ്, തിരിഞ്ഞ് മറ്റേ വഴി വേണം പോകാൻ. So Google Maps is not always right, but if I'm starting from Trivandrum and reaching Cochin for a program, what is the best bet that you can give about your time of arrival? It is Google Maps. So I can say that my ETA is 12:15 and give or take 5-10 minutes, barring any major accidents or things like that. It is able to tell you when exactly will you reach Cochin. How does it do that? Have you ever thought about it? How does it find out? Absolutely. That is because of the penetration of the app that has happened into all the phones in the world. Everybody has Google Maps, which means that the car in front of you is also using Google Map. The car behind you is also using Google Map. Whether you have opened Google Map or not, Google Map is still tracking what you're doing. That is the whole idea, right? Whether you're using it or not, how many of you have done, I agree? I agree. Everybody has agreed. നമ്മുടെ ജാതകം മുതൽ, ജീവിതം മുതൽ എല്ലാം, please take a look at my life. I agree. And that I agree means that you're agreeing to sharing all your data with the multinational corporations of the world, which will continuously use it and monetize it. So that, and I think I'm slowly running out of time, that brings us to the concept of ethics in AI. So I'll tell you what I envision as a world, right? Currently, we all use payments using Google Pay. The word Google keeps on coming and coming. Yesterday, Google made an acquisition for $38 billion of a company called VES. I have yet to read more about it. But they are acquiring every single company that is going to be working on AI with significant progress. And that is a huge opportunity as well as a threat for us. So there will come a day when I will say, okay, Google Pay to Ninu or my wife or, whoever. And it might not actually go to my wife because there will be a cyber attack that could happen, which could actually, route your payment to another person. So the cyber security, the virtual identities, you have seen Mohanlal and Mammootty saying Godfather dialogues, right? You have seen in the CPM state conference, they were recreating EMS's speech, right? So how would you believe what is right and what is wrong? Which means that all your photographs, all your videos could be used to misuse and create content that might be detrimental for you. So ethics in AI is going to be a major area, but I would like to stop here. There is a huge opportunity for us computer science people. There is the large language models that has been created, right? There is the domain specific models, maybe healthcare, maybe transportation, maybe daily tasks that has already been created. How many of you have heard about AI agents? Okay. What is an AI agent? Only one person out of the students, huh? Only one person has heard about AI agents. Okay.
The virtual acquisition models, which can be aided to create a cognitive science in them. Like
ഭയങ്കര വാക്കുകളാണല്ലോ.
yes. To replicate the cognitive science ability of a human being.
See, one thing that I hate about AI is that people keep on talking about these things that you don't understand, right? Everybody is talking AI, but you never know how it is really getting into your life. It is getting into your life, but nobody is telling you how, right? We'll keep about cognitive neurosciences and, deep learning and attention models and all that stuff. I'll give you an example of a small use case that my daughter told me, okay? She's studying 12th standard. And obviously, she's studying in K. Mananam, doing her entrance and all that stuff. And she's filling like probably 50 applications to multiple entrance exams, right? You have the KEAM, the NEET, the JEE, blah, 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 blah. Everywhere you're entering the same data. But it will take you 1 hour to finish each of these applications. And she was actually telling me, what kind of innovation are you guys doing, your startup mission and all that stuff? Why can't you create something which will autofill these applications, complete the transaction and get it done, and you will have 16 lakh students or 50 lakh students using this year. So an agent will be somebody who will do that for you, right? An agent will automatically fetch the data about you. If it is Anup Ambika, then all the data associated with you. Go to each of these websites, autofill this, fields that needs to be filled, complete the financial transaction, generate that PDF and show it to you and say, hey, this is all right. Yes, it is all right. Then it will finish the transactions. The same thing applies to IRCTC. Now we go to an XCO or a IRCTC and enter everything, right? So I say, book me a ticket from Trivandrum to Cochin on Mount Bharat on 28th, right? The transaction will be complete by using that AI. Generate a 3-bedroom house, right? All, bath attached with a study and an entertainment room. And it will automatically it'll probably create the 3D render. It can go order materials online, pay for it, and complete the transactions in that aspect. So those kind of AI agents are going to be the future. For the next 2-3 years, people will be generating these kind of agents. And this agentic revolution is going to happen in the next 2 years. Think about it. There might be opportunities that are available, like Shivani told me about the entrance exams. There might be other opportunities that will come your way. And if there is an opportunity, we'll be happy to help. There is a 20 lakh grant that has been announced in the recent budget for anybody who's coming up with a good agentic AI solution. So we will be conducting a hackathon very soon, and I would invite all of you to think about it and participate in that hackathon, and let's build some good AI material together. Thank you, Neenu, for inviting me here today, and I hope it was at least you learned a few words, thought about how AI is going to touch your life, and that is a start. And the next 3 days, I'm sure you're going to be deliberating much more on the science. And I'm pretty sure that great things are going to transpire out of this conference. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your wonderful insights and thoughtful words. Now I invite Nahana for the vote of thanks.
Respected dignitaries, esteemed guests, faculty members, and participants, as we come to the conclusion of ICAET 2025, it is my privilege to extend a heartfelt vote of thanks to all present here. First and foremost, my deepest gratitude to our guest of honor, Mr. Anup Ambika, for his inspiring words and valuable insights that have truly set the tone for this conference. A special thanks to Reverend Father Ajish Pudisheri CMI, Reverend Dr. Matthew Vattathura CMI, Dr. Lally Matthew, and our esteemed speakers for their guidance and valuable contributions. I also extend warm gratitude to our organizing team, faculty members, volunteers, and technical staff whose dedication and hard work ensure the smooth execution. A heartfelt thank you to all attendees, researchers, and students whose enthusiasm, participation, and curiosity have made this conference a meaningful and enriching experience. Let's continue to explore, innovate, and collaborate in shaping the future of artificial intelligence and emerging technologies. Thank you all.
Thank you, Nehana. We now will have a short break for 15 minutes. Please join us after the break as we resume with the panel discussion.